Hey learners, I'm Anisha and welcome back to my channel Vocabulicious. Today we will understand how to use formal words instead of informal words to make our written and spoken English more effective and impressive. Use establish instead of set up. Example, I want to set up a cloth manufacturing company can be written as I want to establish a cloth manufacturing company. This will be a formal version. Use desire instead of want. Example, I want to become an astronaut. I desire to become an astronaut. Desire here will be a formal version of want. Use vision instead of sight. Example, I lost my sight at the age of 15. I lost my vision at the age of 15. Use inferior instead of bad. Example, the audio of the recording was of bad quality. The audio of the recording was of inferior quality. You can see the difference by yourself. Use inform instead of tell. Example, you should tell her about your future plans. You should inform her about your future plans. Consume is the formal version of use. Example, make sure you use all the products before expiry date can be written as you should consume all the products before expiry date. Principally instead of mainly. Example, the money is mainly invested in stocks and shares can be formally written as the money is principally invested in stocks and shares. Lack is the informal version of deficiency. Example, her body lacks in vitamin D. Can be formally written as her body has a deficiency of vitamin D. Use vacant instead of empty. Example, all the bank's lockers are empty. All the bank's lockers are vacant. Vacant is the formal version of empty. Inexpensive in place of cheap. The blanket that she bought was a cheap one. Can be written as the blanket that she bought was an inexpensive one. Inexpensive here is the formal version. Use fortunate instead of lucky. Example, she was lucky that she crossed the road before the accident took place. She was fortunate that she crossed the road just before the accident took place. Provide in place of give. Example, give her the ticket so that she can occupy her seat. Provide her the ticket so that she can occupy her seat. Purchase instead of buy. I want to buy a new house. I want to purchase a new house. Buy here is the casual version of purchase. Use transparent instead of clear. Example, for wrapping gifts, I always use clear tape. For wrapping gifts, I always use transparent tape. Use reside instead of live. Example, we live in 7th Street, which is 5 kilometers from here. We reside in 7th Street, which is 5 kilometers from here. Use entire instead of whole. Example, this whole area supports rainforest. This entire area supports rainforest. Demise instead of death. Meeta was stunned by sudden death of her father. Meeta was stunned by sudden demise of her father. Preserve in place of keep. Example, I will keep his present for my entire lifetime. I will preserve his present for entire lifetime. You can see how much difference it makes. Occupation in place of job. Example, swimming was their main job at the summer camp. Swimming was their main occupation at the summer camp. In my opinion in place of I think. Example, I think he has kept the keys in the drawer. In my opinion, he has kept the keys in the drawer. Obtain instead of get. Example, get a driving license if you have reached 18 years of age. Obtain a driving license if you have reached 18 years of age. Acceptable instead of alright. Example, the presentation that she made was alright. The presentation that she made was acceptable. Permit in place of let. Example, let Ananya decide the matter for us. Permit Ananya to decide the matter for us. Commence instead of start. The meeting would start all over again. The meeting would commence all over again. Illustrate instead of show. Example, show her the working of the new machine. Illustrate her the working of the new machine. You can observe the variation very well. Examine instead of look carefully. Example, an accountant has been hired to look carefully the company's books. An accountant has been hired to examine the company's books. Appear in place of seem. Example, you don't seem to be satisfied with his answer. You don't appear to be satisfied with his answer. Consider in place of think about. Before rejecting his proposal, think about it once again. Before rejecting his proposal, consider it once again. Required in place of need to. Example, you need to submit all the necessary documents for the procedure. You are required to submit all the necessary documents for the procedure. Liberate instead of free. Example, soldiers fought to free the country. Soldiers fought to liberate the country. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, share and comment. I really need your support, so please subscribe for more such beneficial content.